So after the first chapter, first part, that is related to the numerical problems of DSP, and in that chapter part we have solved the periodic signal related problems as well as power and energy related problems. Now we are moving to the second part. In this part we will discuss, I will discuss about response related problems. Response related problems in signal system. So response related problems, that means the equation will be given in the question paper and you have to find out the response. So response means the output, and in general way we are finding the output in the form of y of n or any other functional representation, but in general that is the conventional way to represent the output, that is y of n. So let us take an example, that is say x of n equal to 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and arrow symbol is indicated under the 0. So this arrow means this is the origin, or if I will represent the signal on number scale, then that arrow indicates the position of 0th position, that is n equal to 0, 0th position, and this is 0th position, its value is 0, and 1, 2, 3, again 0. So the left hand side of that arrow will represent the negative scale in number system, and right hand side of this arrow will represent the positive side of on number scale. So this is the question, it is given to you and you have to find out the response. What will be the response? So as I told, in conventional way we are always represent the output in terms of y of n, most cases in general. Okay, I am not saying that you have to or you must represent the output in the terms of y of n. Someone can represent the term output as m of n, no matters, but in traditional way or conventional way we are representing the output as y of n. So I have to find out the y of n. What would be the y of n if yn equal to x of n plus 1. This will be also given in the question paper. If y of n equal to x of n plus 1, that is the relationship between that is the response, that is the output of this input, particular input x of n, and that is the system output. So you have to find out the y of n. So what will be the y of n? So now we're going for solution. So now y of n equals to x of n plus 1. So first of all I have to find out the origin. At n equal to 0, what will the value of y of n? This much I have to find out first. So at n equal to 0, y of n can be represented at y of 0 because n equal to 0, and x 0 plus 1, that is n equal to 0. Instead of n I am putting 0, so 0 plus 1, x of 1. So y of 0 equal to x of 1, and x of 1 means this one, 1. Y of at n equal to 1, y of 1 equal to x of 1 plus 1. So 2. So see, y of n is nothing but the advanced version of x of n by one step advanced. So y of n can be written as 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0. And where is the origin of y of n? That is n equal to 0, that means y equal to 1. So y equal to 1 has the value 1. So that is the origin for y of n. So that is the origin for y of n. So this is your response, y of n. Okay. Similarly, I am giving another example. That is y of n equal to 1 x of n plus 1 plus x of n x of n minus. This is the equation. This is the relation between the input and output system response, and I have to find out y of n from the given value of x of n, that is given in the question 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, and this origin is 0. So now first of all I have to find out the value at n equal to 0. So y of 0 equal to 1/3 x of 0 plus 1, 1, x of 0 plus x of 0 plus x of 0 minus 1 minus 1. So it will give you x of 1. So what is the value of x of 1? That is 1 plus x of 0, that is 0 plus x of minus 1, that is also 1. So 2 by 3. Similarly, at n equal to 1, y of 1. So 1/3 x of 1 plus 1, 2 plus x of 1 plus 1 minus 1. So 0. So 1/3 x of 2. What is the value of x of 2? 1, 2. That is 2 plus x of 1, 1, and x of 0, 0. So 3 by 3, that is 1. Similarly, you will find out the value of x of 2, sorry, y of 2, y of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to y of 4, and in the left hand side you have to find out the value of y of minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 2. Then whatever the value you will find, that is the value of your y. 1, 0 value, 2 by 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1. So this kind of question you will get in your short type question, and you will get maximum 3 marks for finding out the value of your response. Okay. Now we are moving to the next, time variant and invariant. So next is time variant and invariant related. So you have already studied about what do you mean by time variant and invariant. There will be an equation, that is you have to first delay the input by k unit or any other parameters. You can represent any other parameters, t, n, whatever parameters you want to use, you can use. So main statement is, if you have to delay the input by some unit and you have to delay the output as well by that unit, and if both are equal, then I can say this is time invariant, and if both are not equal, then we can say this is time variant. So delay the input by k unit and delay the output by k unit. Okay, if both are equal, then I can say time invariant, and if not equal, okay, then I can say time invariant. So let us do with an example. Let's take an example. Y of n equal to x of n plus x of n minus 1. We have to check whether it is time invariant or time variant. We have to check. Okay, so according to the statement, to check the variancy of the time variant and invariant of a signal, we have to check, we have to do two operations. First, you have to delay the input section and you have to delay the output section. So first of all, delay the input by k. What do we get? This is input and delay function is written like this, n comma k, okay, equal to x of n minus k, I am delaying, so n minus k plus x of n minus 1 minus k. This is the equation when I will delay the input by k unit. Now delay the output by k unit. What you will get? Y of, this is the output section, this is output section, this is input section. So y of n minus k, I am delaying the output, so n minus k. If I am writing like this, n comma k, that means I have to delay the input section. Now instead of n, this is the function of n, y is the function of n in this equation, so y of n minus k, so this will be the function of n minus k. So instead of n, I am writing n minus k plus x of n minus k minus 1. I am writing this. So now compare this, y of n k and y of n minus k. See, both are equal, so y of n k equal to y of n minus k. So according to my condition, if both are equal, then this signal is time invariant. So I can say that y of n is time invariant. Okay. Now let us consider another example, that is y of n equal to x of. Now same procedure I am applying, that is delay the input by k unit. But what's the value I will get? N comma k. That means 2n, and I am delaying the input by k. Okay. Now delay the output by k. But I will get n minus k. So here y x of 2n, x is the function of n, y is the function of n. So now n minus k. So entire n will be replaced by n minus k. So x of 2 n minus k. So it will give you x of 2n minus 2k. So now compare this y of nk and y of n minus k. So y of nk is not equal to y of n minus k, since this has this y of n minus k has this much value and y of n minus k has this much value. So I can say y of n is time variable. So next class, this is about all your time variant, invariant, and whether and response of how to calculate the response of the signal. So next class we will discuss about causal and non-causal signal. Okay, thank you all.